picks up in the Gaza Strip, killing more than 600 Palestinians in this latest conflict. Tonight we are hearing from an Omaha rabbi who just flew into Israel Monday. This before a rocket landed near the airport, sparking a U.S. ban on flying there. KETV News Watch 7's Adrian Whitsett reports this news story at 6.
Omaha Rabbi Stephen Abraham knows there is danger around. He can hear it.
Were there a couple times yesterday on the bus that we heard the sirens go off? Sure. Did the bus stop immediately and we kind of literally laid down on the floor of the bus? Sure.
An almost instinctual reaction now, growing accustomed to seeing bomb shelters double as classrooms.
They don't want these kids growing up, with fear. So they tried to build in a situation where they can be able to learn and to, be kids.
On the other hand, it's a tremendous disruption of life.
UNO professor Moshe Gershevich is a native Israeli.
Obviously, everybody wants to have a situation where the civilian population in Gaza and in Israel would no longer be under threat.
Creighton University professor Dr. Nasser al-Sharif is an American Palestinian. He too wants peace, but says context is key.
This is not a symmetrical war in any way. It's an asymmetric war. They have machine guns against F-16 and F-22 and Apache helicopters and tanks. It just doesn't make sense.
Professor al-Sharif says the violence needs to stop.
We have more than 700 Palestinians killed. The majority of them are children.
Neither side here being Israel and the Hamas, seem to be in a great urgency to bring it to an end.
But until a common ground is found, the fighting goes on.
It's become a military option because you simply can't allow yourself to be sitting duck.
Many family members in other parts of the world just have to watch this unfold from afar. Dr. al-Sharif believes peace is always possible, but he says you do have to be working toward it.